So a consolidation would be normal. And if we break, then maybe we have to take a change of stance.
Point taken. Thanks, Naresh, for that. But in the meantime, let me welcome on board Abneesh Roy, the Executive Director, Nuvama Institutional Equities, to talk to us about the paint sector. Abneesh, hi. We've got individual confirmation from Berger Paints that they've taken a price hike effective July 22nd to the average tune of around 1.5%. They've taken it in enamel, distemper, primer, and putty, while they have not taken any price hikes in emulsions and wood coatings. What's your channel check suggesting with the kind of price hikes that have happened from Asian Paints and the other players?
Yes, so this was a surprising move. We were not expecting price hike to start so early. Our sense was this will start a bit before the Diwali season. This shows the strong pricing power of the paint industry, and we expect that also other paint companies like Indigo, Kansai, Exo, etc. will also follow suit very quickly. Asian and Berger have already taken the price hike in most parts of their portfolio. Our sense is the reasons for these hikes are essentially they want to plow a bit more higher towards the advertising spend. So Birla Opus has entered, and during the current World Cup T20, we did see Birla Opus strongly advertising. So in light of that, we see the incumbents increasing the advertising spends a bit. Of course, they will also premiumize the portfolio, so there also the advertising spends will be needed. Second is the paint companies want their gross and EBITDA margins to be in a band. So although raw material scenario currently is not much of a concern because crude has been range bound for a last few quarters, our sense is, of course, for any paint company, there is an inflation in the salary cost, there is inflation in the media and other costs. So to absorb that also, some kind of a hike was needed. Of course, on 17th of July, we will have the first Asian Paints coming out with the results, first paint company. Our sense is the results will be a bit muted because in Q1, essentially, because of the elections and because of the heat wave, the painter availability was a challenge. Plus, during elections, there is a model code of conduct. So the government new projects, etc., announcement is impacted because of that. Plus, the base margins for Asian Paints are very high, and that's why they have taken around 3-4% price cut in the earlier quarters, and now they have reversed this with a around 0.7% to 1% kind of a hike in most parts of the portfolio. So this is a good development. In our view, paint stocks are oversold because of Birla Opus entry. And from the Q2, we will see the volume recovery because the election-related impact, the heat wave impact won't be there. Plus, government's focus on housing for all, those things are also positive from longer term. So we expect for the full year double-digit volume growth for both Asian and Berger. So we are positive on both the names. But Asian Paints, we are more positive, and Berger is also good from a longer term perspective.
Right. You know, Abneesh, to the point that you were making that there was a price cut earlier, now there is a minuscule hike. Does it in any way indicate that there's further headroom for price hikes?
No, currently because raw material scenario is benign. Plus, if you see the current margins are also quite healthy. So it is not that they needed this hike, frankly speaking, but they do want to augment their advertising spend. So I would say the next round of hike will happen if crude and titanium dioxide moves up meaningfully. Currently, because of the global slowdown, we are seeing that both are in a tight range, not much of a concern. So as of now, I don't see price hikes in fresh price hikes. But how it works is paint companies don't take entire hike across the portfolio. So currently, for example, some parts of the portfolio they have not taken. Those can happen later also.
Okay, thanks Abneesh for joining us for that quick take on the paints industry. So that's a surprise move that Abneesh is talking about, a price hike that has been taken by Asian Paints as well as Berger as of now, and he expects the other incumbents to also follow suit. A good news coming in for the margins of these companies because it will allow them to fight the competition and maintain a healthy margin despite increasing their advertising and promotion costs. All of these stocks in focus. But Mr. Krishna Sangvi, the CIO